January. The zodiacal influence for the month of January in general. Its effect on the character, disposition, finance, and health of persons born in this period of the year. The month of January comes under the zodiacal sign of Capricorn. The cusp of this sign commences on or about December 21st. The cusp lasts for 7 days. Consequently, the full influence of this sign comes into power about the 28th of December and lasts until the 21st of January. Planetary ruler of Capricorn is Saturn positive. If you are born in this month, the basic principles of your character and disposition are that you have a nature that is ambitious, militant, energetic, and persevering. You are capable of enormous efforts towards the attainment of a desired object. The planet Saturn is the embodiment of all that is cautious and discreet. You will never take any important step without profound deliberation, unless you are absolutely certain of the result. There is no speculative element in Saturn. You are skeptical, analytical, somewhat suspicious, slow to accept new theories, but broad-minded and open to conviction. The mental force is strong, philosophical, and scientific in character. You are a deep thinker and a great reasoner. In religion, you are inclined to be fanatical in its earnestness, or the mind may swing to the opposite pole and believe in nothing. Above all things, you worship intellect and can forgive almost anything of your friends, if they are endowed with unusual intelligence or talent. You are exceedingly quick in your intuitions of people and things, but are inclined to be too easily discouraged in your plans and fall into a despondent state at the first rebuff or disappointment. Your views on love, duty, and social economics will always be unique, and so you will often be regarded as odd and eccentric by those around you. Being high-minded and independent, you must lead in whatever you undertake, or you will lose interest in your work. You abhor restraint of any kind and revolt against anything of an obligatory nature, though in strange contradiction, you show profound respect for tradition and authority. Life to you is very serious, and you will be inclined to revel in its most pessimistic phases. Constant work becomes with you a kind of mania, but by plodding and quietly working with a given end in view, you will gain much more than by excitement or hurry. You are likely to rise through your own personal efforts and power of individuality far above the sphere of your birth. Your character is essentially positive, but you need to cultivate cheerfulness, as there is likely to be a strong tendency to hypochondria and melancholia. As a general rule, you will be much misunderstood by others. You will not easily mix with people. You will have few close friends, but at heart feel very much alone. You will make many enemies by nearly always espousing the unpopular cause, or the underdog in any dispute. You would do best by aiming at some form of public life, such as in municipal affairs, or in connection with politics, government life, or positions of responsibility and trust. You will have vigorous constitution and good physical stamina. At the same time, there is a strong tendency to depression and despondency, which, if not acted against, will induce bilious attacks, trouble with the gallbladder, ulcers in the stomach, derangements of the digestive organs, and stoppages of the intestines. You should cultivate optimism and cheerful society in order to keep in good health. Cold will seriously affect you, and unless you are careful, you will likely suffer from asthma, bronchial catarrh, and such like ailments. High, dry climates will suit you better than living in low altitudes. Study well your diet and keep up the circulation by adequate exercise. Also avoid drafts, damp, and cold winds. Plenty of change is absolutely essential for you, but it should never be a change to solitude. If your outlook should ever become limited or cramped and conditions show signs of giving way, your innate gloom may turn to hypochondria, unless you exert every force in your nature to cultivate the spirit of cheerfulness. You will greatly desire to make a home for yourself in the country, and if possible, on some height on the side of a mountain or on some hilly place. You should never allow yourself to live in low, lying, wet, or damp places, as you will have a very decided tendency to develop rheumatism, gout, pains, and swellings in the feet. You're also likely to meet more accidents to the ankles, feet, and legs. Finance. The dominating influence of Saturn ruling your birth month is not a favorable significator, as it causes delays, hindrances, and limitations in regard to financial advancement, at least in the early part of life. Advancement, gain, and success in money is promised by industry, slow plodding perseverance, and by carefulness, thrift, and economy. In fact, you are more likely to acquire wealth through your own personal efforts than by any dint of good fortune. Advantageous investments for you would be in land or house property, the building up of factories dealing especially in coal, lead, or iron products, machinery for transport work or agriculture, developing of farming enterprises, and all things solid and concrete. You will experience much difficulty in obtaining money that should be yours by right, and you should never lend without security, or you would be sure to lose it. You should always see that the concerns in which you invest your money are established on solid foundations, as these will be more fortunate to you than things of the more purely speculative order. Marriage, unions, partnerships, etc. You will find your most harmonious relationship in persons born in your own sign Capricorn, December 21st to January 21st, in Taurus, April 20th to May 20th, or Virgo, August 21st to September 20th, and in the 7 days of the cusp, at the beginning and ending of each of these periods. Also persons born in the exact opposite part of the year to your own, in this case from about the 27th of July to September 27th. If you enjoyed this video, consider helping someone needy in your neighborhood.